Good morning, everyone. I am excited to start our team meeting. I look forward to this all week long. I just cannot tell y'all enough how much I really love what I do. Um, are all of y'all feeling the same way? You just love what you do? I mean, when you're a little kid, did you dream of growing up and being a doctor or a nurse or a fireman or a policeman or a soldier or anything else where you could help people? Well, you know, most people when they're little kids, that's their goals, to help people. That's what they want to do. And as adults, a lot of times, life happens and we get caught up into jobs that become careers where we're taken far away from that. A lot of times you go to college, and they get educated and get degrees and they work their whole lives, that 40-hour week, and they just can't get back to that want to help somebody feeling. I am just in awe of this amazing opportunity, y'all, that's given to us. Plexus is a great thing. It's a great company, and they have some incredible products. How many of the rest of the world can say that they're excited to get up in the morning and to get to their job? Because their job is so fulfilling, and there's so much room to grow and to rank up in their companies, and life is just great. Their products, I can say all of this because I do look forward to getting up every morning. I am excited about what I do. I praise God every day for Plexus coming into my life. I have, a 10-year-old son at home. I have a husband. I didn't think I had time for all this. And my sponsor is my daughter, Sabrina, which most of y'all know. And she has some pretty serious health issues. And her friend Jennifer Tetro, who is her sponsor, have been talking to her for some time about Plexus products. Well, Sabrina finally gave in and gave it a try. And incredibly, within just the first month, she started having such amazing progress. Y'all, scrolling through my Facebook timeline one day, I'm just, scrolling through, looking at everybody's posts and stuff, and I passed up a picture, and I had to scroll back up to it because I thought, gee, that girl looks familiar, but who is that? I couldn't place her. I scrolled back up, and to my shock, it was my daughter, my baby girl. And I have never in her entire life seen her look so incredible. It was the Plexus, y'all. And not only the way she looked, the way she felt. She was motivated and energized and renewed, completely renewed. That is a huge thing. Well, she'd been on me for about a month to try it. Try it, Mom, try it. You got to try this. No, Sabrina, I can't afford that. No, Sabrina, I don't have time to start a company. I've started a couple of companies. I've run a company. I know all about that. And I just knew I didn't have time, because when you run a company, that's not true. The company runs you. When you run your own business, the business runs you. You just come in second to your business if you're serious about making a success out of it. Well, Mom, you don't have to sell anything. All you have to do is take the products, and if you could just get about 3 people to join you, you could cover your own products, then you wouldn't have to worry about being able to afford it. So I reluctantly gathered up enough money to buy my first order of triplex and pay my registration fee, and I started taking Plexus. And my first weekend, I was feeling pretty good. I was starting to have the energy she'd been telling me about. I really was starting to feel better. Then the second week rolled around, and I started the ProBio 5 and the Bio Cleanse, and I hit major detox. I had never in my life heard of Candida yeast overgrowth. And I apparently had a pretty good case of it because I had a pretty rough detox. And if any of you all have had the detox, you know what I'm talking about. My tummy issues got worse. My bathroom problems, it got worse. My energy level went from getting more energy to just feeling like I was going to die if I could not lay down. I was worn out. I was just so frustrated because I had sunk all that money into these products and I felt miserable. I told her every single day, probably several times a day, every single day, Sabrina, I can't do this. I can't act this. I paid all this money for this, and I just feel worse. I thought this was going to help me. She kept saying, trust me, Mom. It's a process, Mom. Trust the process, Mom. Stick with it. I kept saying, well, if I could just stop these 2 supplements for a couple of days. No, Mom, no, no, no. You have to keep them. You have to get through the detox because that will only prolong it. You have to go through all of it again. You're getting there already. Go, keep doing it. Stay the course. Trust the process. And I did. I stuck it out. Praise God, I stuck it out because it was tough. But I did it. I got through the detox. And on the other end of that little tiny portion of detox compared to everything that I have gotten after that detox, beautiful, wonderful things like I used to lay here and watch movies. I would line up my playlist when I went to bed with 8 or 10 movies, and I would lay in the bed tossing and turning, praying to be able to go to sleep, begging God, please let me get some sleep. Watching the clock, counting down the hours. Oh my gosh, if I go to sleep now, I'll get 5 hours of sleep. I can deal with 5 hours of sleep. That would just be wonderful. Nope. An hour later, I'm like, well, if I could just fall asleep right now, I'd get 4 hours of sleep. Y'all, I was counting down. And there were some nights I just never did go to sleep. And then when I did go to sleep, I was tossing and turning in my sleep. I was restless. My legs were twitching. I just woke up like every hour on the hour. It was just like my body was telling me every single hour, it's morning, get up. It's morning, get up. It's morning, get up. And it was so disheartening. I was so tired all the time, y'all. I just was miserable. But 3-4 weeks into Plexus, I would lay down and fall right asleep. I'd wake up in the morning and couldn't remember what movie I had went to sleep watching. It was incredible because I would lay down, I would turn on the movie, I'd have the playlist set and I'd turn on the movie, but I would fall asleep so quickly that I had no clue in the morning what movie I had even set up to watch. And to me, that was huge. I was sleeping through the night, every night. And if you've struggled with insomnia, you know what a big, big deal that is. Along with, I used to could not leave my house before 11 or 12 o'clock every day for having to go to the bathroom. I could not get far enough away from the bathroom to get in my vehicle and make it to the first stop. So I just didn't go. I stayed right here in my house. I didn't go anywhere. And if I did, I would do it after lunch. And I would hurry and do everything that I had to do and run straight back to the house and just literally, basically hide out right here in my home. I didn't want to be around a lot of people. I was tired and frustrated and depressed. And all of a sudden, I'm making all these new Plexus friends and I'm reconnecting with my old personal friends. And I'm building these relationships and I'm losing that depression and gaining confidence and self-worth. And I am so excited about what I do because, y'all, I help people for a living. That's what I do. These wonderful changes that have happened to me, I'm helping other people get the same progress. And that, to me, is just, it touches my heart. It touches my soul. Every day of my life, I spend working my business, building relationships with my friends, helping them get healthier. And healthier is happier, as we all know. The better you feel, the happier you're able to be. It's hard to be happy when you're just drugged down and tired and worn out and dealing with so many issues in your body. But once all of those issues start clearing and getting better, and you're healing and you're feeling better, you're just open to all this emotion, all this happiness, all this joy. And it is just an incredible feeling. And I want that for everybody. I don't want to just take these products and keep this to myself. I feel compelled and driven and just eager to share these products and what they've done for me, because it's just truly amazing, y'all. So I'm just a person. I'm just a regular, normal person. I don't have a college education. I don't have a business degree. I'm not anything special. I don't have any experience that set me up for success in this business. I have heard and all these stories about multi-level marketing schemes, pyramid schemes. I've seen all of the fad diets going around. People, everybody in the country wanted to use that fin stuff, and it was so expensive, and they went and they spent the money, and they got joined into that fin thing, and then they find out stuff's giving them heart attacks. Really? You spend all that money and you just jump into something without even researching it, and then find out it's giving people heart attacks, killing people. It's just crazy. Plexus is not a fad diet. Plexus is not a diet at all. Plexus is not a pyramid scheme or a marketing scheme. Plexus is a solid company. They are faith-based. They are debt-free. We just had 2 hurricanes in the lower United States. Harvey hit Texas and really did some damage. Plexus pulled out the money and sent them a pile of money, and then they challenged all of us to send them money to make donations, and they matched our donations dollar for dollar. Then Irma came through and wreaked havoc in Florida and Georgia. Again, they stepped up. They have created an apparel line of t-shirts right now. Maybe they'll add to it later, I don't know, but there's some beautiful t-shirts with this cute little heart that says Plexus Cares. 25% of all sales, not proceeds, sales, 25% go directly to the Red Cross. There are people in disaster crisis that are receiving money from Plexus Worldwide and from Plexus ambassadors just like me and you, and they have never heard of Plexus. They have no clue where that money comes from. All they know is it is help in their time of need. I'm so honored, y'all, to represent this company. They are a wonderful, wonderful company. They are constantly rewarding our work and the things that they do for us. Like I saw all the convention. I had just joined, and I didn't have any idea about convention, nor did I ever think I would want to go to a convention, especially convention of Las Vegas, because that is just so not me. After watching those little videos that were coming in and seeing all the posts that were coming in, I plan to be there next year, y'all. I'm going to convention. If I have to sit here at my computer 20 hours a day, which I have been known to do, I'm going to convention. I'm telling y'all, I never believed I would even want that, much less consider it. But I'm all in now. I saw the leaders that were coming out of there. The convention was basically just...
Hey, Cindy.
Hi, Carol. Glad you could join us.
Thanks.
I was just talking about how wonderful our company is and the things that they do for us, and talking about going to convention and being so excited and being all in. And then the Hawaii trip, how Plexus rewards us and takes care of us.
Yep.
And also, I wanted to talk about the products, what amazing products they are, and how we really need to be sharing this and not keeping it to ourselves, because they can do so much for so many people. I know I've had great success. My whole family has. I know you've had some great success too. And
Yes.
I just think what a shame to keep that to ourselves. We need to really just share it with everybody. We need to, the whole world needs plexus. Everybody needs plexus. Basically, um, I was just thinking out loud that we're we're in the bottom ground here, the ground floor, the beginnings of something truly just unbelievable. With all the new research on gut health right now, and our products specifically targeting gut health, um, we really we're already the fastest growing health and wellness company in the nation. But one of these days, Plexus is going to be a household name. Everybody's going to want it. They're all going to know what it is. They're all going to see amazing progress from all of us, and everybody's going to want it. And, you know, the price isn't that high. People say, well, I can't afford that. Well, you know, if you can afford a 2 liter of Mountain Dew a day, which is roughly $1.59, $1.79, and a sugary snack to go with that, because you're not going to buy anything in the gas station or convenience store for less than $1.50 or $2, you've just covered your triplex. Because about $3.84 a day, I think, is what it averages out to. So it's really not that expensive. It's just that whole 2 liter of Mountain Dew and that sugary snack are for the whole month versus just by the day. You know, if they add up what they spend on things that they're not going to crave anymore, when they start the triplex, they've covered their triplex with savings. I didn't have really an agenda for this meeting. I basically wanted to touch bases on making an effort and doing the IPA worksheet, because I don't know who's doing it and who's not doing it, because I try to follow everyone, but honestly, it's real easy to just, you know, do a portion of it and mark done in that chat and then go back and say, whoop, I didn't do this today, I missed that. It's easy to say, well, I didn't have time to do my reading today. Well, the reading is part of the IPA chat because it's growing us, and it's growing our belief in ourselves. It's growing our faith in ourselves. And without our believing in ourselves and our having faith, other people aren't going to believe in us, and they're not going to have faith in us, and they're not going to want to take a chance about their health with someone they can't believe in. So really, we need to basically be building ourselves up so that others can believe in us and borrow our belief for, you know, trying the products. Because it is a little bit of money when you add it all up into a month's supply. It is a little, you know, a little bit of money. I know I took a little bit of time to figure out that, yeah, I'll give it a try to come up with the money, because really, when you pay your $99 for your welcome pack and your $34.95 for your registration fee, and then you cover your shipping, we're talking about $140 maybe, you know, to get it to your house for the first thing. And it's not a whole lot of money, but it is a pretty good little bit, you know. So for someone to take the chance to do something about their what they put into their bodies, and for them to fork out $130, $140, they have to believe in you. They have to trust you. And of course, they don't have their belief in the products yet because they haven't used them. But by seeing us, they're borrowing our belief and they're giving it a try until they can build their own belief. So, you know, it's real easy to miss a step of that worksheet. That's why it's so good to have it in front of you every day when you do it. But that worksheet, that income producing activity, was specifically designed to produce income for our business. If we will closely follow that worksheet and do everything in that page, we're going to grow our business. The only people that do not succeed sharing plexus are the people who do not do the work, because the products basically sell themselves. We're not salespeople. We're ambassadors. We represent Plexus worldwide, and we share information which leads people to the products, and the products themselves sell themselves. So really, truly, we're not salespeople. I really like the term ambassadors, because, you know, if you go into another country, you're going to have an ambassador and an embassy and all of that. Well, I really like that term ambassador, because I don't want to be a salesperson, but I don't mind. In fact, I actually enjoy now sharing the information on these products, representing this company, telling people about how great this company is and how wonderful the products are. And if we could just all devote that hour. Carol, how long does it take you to put out an IPA if you just sit down and work at it?
I can probably do it. I mean, not counting my reading time or the video times, because I do that first thing in the morning, like before I get dressed for work. It probably takes me maybe half an hour. I mean, if you get decent with it and you know the people, it comes a lot easier to you what to say.
Yes.
And so it takes about half an hour.
There you go, half an hour. And then you do your reading and stuff. That's maybe another 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe, with your
Probably
prayer.
about 30 minutes, yeah, because I try to read at least one chapter in John Maxwell's book.
There you go. There you go. And see, I like that. You try to read the whole chapter.
Yes.
So you're not leaving in the middle of the chapter and then coming back to it and then where did I leave off? I really like that. Well, that's how I like to do it. When
exactly.
I like to read the whole chapter.
And
okay,
right, and it also, they have not activities at the end, but they have how to apply it to you.
Yes.
And if you read the whole chapter and then read the applications, then practice an hour per day, and you don't necessarily remember everything.
Exactly. And I love how he lays that out, you know, where
yes.
while it's fresh in our mind, we can apply this to us, to our business, to our relationships, and to our lives. Because really, it's not just what we're getting out of the book isn't just for us, it's for our whole life. It
right.
really affects everyone around us by how it affects us. So I really like that. So basically, in an hour a day, after you've done a few IPAs, you should be able to complete it, reading included, within an hour a day. So,
yes, and excuse me, my battery is low, so you may lose me.
Okay, that's okay, sweetie. We're recording, so it'll be here if you do lose. So it's no problem. If you know when you start on your IPA worksheet, it like Carol said, she does her reading in the morning. I like to do mine early in the morning too, before everybody gets up. It's hard for me to actually ingest what I've read. When I was in school and I had to learn something for a test, instead of just reading a chapter, I would have to write it down on paper. So as I would read a sentence or two, and then I would write it down. And somehow that would help me be able to retain what I had read just by writing it down. I'm not a good reader. I'm a fast reader, and that's probably not a good thing. But anyway, I like to do my affirmations in the morning. I like to do my reading and do my prayer all about the same time in the morning before the chaos of the world comes in. And, you know, for the rest of my IPA, I can knock it out in just a few minutes. So an hour a day on average to do your income producing activity, which is your IPA worksheet called our daily action stack. Now, if you cannot do an hour at one time, you can always do 15 or 20 minutes in the morning, do another 15 or 20 minutes on your lunch break, you know, get your lunch and then sit down and, you know, work on your messages while you're eating your lunch. Or when you're finished eating your lunch, you got a few minutes before you have to go back into work, or before the kids get up from the nap, or whatever that your life looks like at that time of day. Then maybe in the evenings, after you're waiting on supper, you got everything on the stove and you're just waiting on it all to be finished cooking, put in another 10-15 minutes. Then before you go to bed at night, finish it up, clear it out, finish it up. Each of us that have posted on Facebook became a leader when we posted on Facebook about plexus. You do not have to have a team under you to be a leader. You're leading people to information on life-changing, amazing products. Conduct yourself as a leader. Make sure that you've cleaned up your Facebook and that you've gotten rid of the foul language and the vulgarity that other people may be feeding into your timeline. Create your brand. Ask yourself, who do you want people to see when they look at you? Look at your Facebook and scroll through your timeline and decide if who you are on Facebook is who you want people to see. Your brand is so important. If just like Carol and I were just talking, if people don't believe in you, they're not going to trust you about health products. So create your brand. Look at your Facebook. Look and decide who you think people think you are by looking at your social media. Then, Cody, I'm just going to see if that's good. No. So, I'm sorry, y'all. Life happens. Now, where was I with creating your brand? Look at your timeline and ask yourself, who do people think I am? And then go look in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I and who do I want people to see me be? And make that happen. Go from the mirror back to your Facebook and clean it up, get it right. Create your brand. Start posting more personal things about who you are and what you're into and what your life is like. If your life is like mine, it has got a lot of drama. It's got a lot of chaos. It's got a lot of frustration. Y'all, I have, since long before any of these hurricanes come through here, been having internet issues. In the last 2 months, they have run a new drop. They replaced the amplifier box. They replaced the box on the pole. They replaced all the lines coming into the house. They've replaced a modem 4 times. And last night until 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm still on the phone with Comcast because I can't get online. Are you kidding me? Talk about aggravating. But you know what? I just sat here and I said, I need this for my business. I need to keep my composure, because if I get mad and frustrated, that person on the other end of the line isn't going to be so inclined to help me. He's going to say, well, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have this. You're going to have to do that. This guy was so nice. He sat on the phone with me for over an hour, trying one thing after another until, please, Lord, I pray that he has got it worked out. But I'm not going to sit here and cry because my internet's not working. I'm not going to get mad and throw a fit because I'm having issues with my internet. I'm desperately trying to work my business, and life happens. If it was easy, everybody would be a diamond right now. We like I said in an earlier meeting or earlier video or whatever, I said this before and I'll probably say it again. If it was easy, I would have made my first order. I would have drank me a pink slim and I would have went straight to diamond without lifting a finger. It does not work that way. It does take dedication. It does take work. It does take faith in the products, in the company, and in yourself. And it takes reprioritizing your life. If you don't make your plexus business a priority, it's not going to grow into a big business. It's going to stay basically a hobby or a little part-time endeavor. Some people are only interested in part-time, And that's fine. That's totally fine. If you don't want this to be your full-time job, I'm not going to push you to quit your job and make this your full-time job, because Carol, I know you love your job.
Yes.
I know you do. You and I, we've talked about this before. You love your job, and it's not something that you're wanting to quit. And I'm not going to ask you to quit your job so you can share Plexus. I'm just asking you to do the worksheet and to spend the time working on yourself and working on your business so that you can share the wealth with everyone. And to me, the wealth is the better health and the increased happiness. That's the wealth right there. It's not the pay that comes in the Plexus Pay portal. That's not the wealth. In the beginning, I didn't understand. At first, I was trying to lose a little bit of weight. And then I saw what these products were doing for me. And it became about so much more than the weight. And then I really was eager to share because I wanted everyone else to feel the way I felt. But it was more to me than that. It was about, I need the income. I can't just leave Cody. He's a special needs child. I cannot leave him all day, every day with someone else. He just is not up for that. He just is not capable of coping with that. He has very strong separation anxiety, and pretty much if you see me, you see Cody right there with me. And, you know, we're working on that, and the use of Plexus products is helping that. And he actually has scheduled a trip into Live Oak for the whole day with my dad next week to the Boys Ranch, which is another, it's a great little benefit that we have for the Floor Share Boys Ranch, youth ranches. And, you know, it's just not feasible that I can leave my house and go work a full-time job. I needed a job. I needed an income because, quite honestly, we're struggling. And I have made it to Silver Ambassador, and I'm very pleased that I have made that rank, you know, and that I have basically been recognized for my work. And it's more than that, though. The money that I make as a Silver Ambassador has afforded me to not dip into my family's finances, but to be able to give myself a nice vehicle that Cody and I can leave the house in and feel pretty sure that we're going to make it where we're going without breaking down. That is a big thing to me. You know, for years and years and years, I drove whatever cheap vehicle I could afford to find, whether I liked the brand of vehicle or the style of the vehicle or the color of the vehicle. I got what I could afford to get, and that was what it boiled down to. Let me tell y'all, have had some ratty vehicles. You know, life is just not easy. There's nothing easy about life. Every day is a struggle in some way for everyone. And just like everyone struggles to get through life, everyone struggles with their health too. They might not be a diabetic, or they might not have heart disease, or they might not have colitis or Crohn's disease. They might not have those severe issues, but I can promise you they have some issues. No one's health is completely perfect. And even with these Plexus products, you're still going to have some things, some issues. And I was just watching a video last night from a lady who had been using the products for almost 3 years. She is still getting new progress. She is still, well, I think it was a little over 2 years. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Cody Helmer who said she'd been using the products for a little over 2 years, I think is what it was. And she's still noticing things that are happening thanks to Plexus. How can we not share that? How can we keep that to ourselves? That then became my goal. My goal was basically I needed a business. I started out to lose a little weight. Then I saw what I had at my fingertips as far as a business opportunity, and I took off on this business venture. But now it's become more of a personal thing for my family and my friends and people that I see who are suffering that I can help. It's more now about being able to help people than it is being able to pay my bills. You know, it changes for me frequently. Here's my Cody.
Hey, Cody.
This boy. Hi. He's always at our meetings. He is going to be one heck of a man ambassador one of these days. So anyway, back to my why has changed so many times. It has grown and grown and grown. And I am anxious daily to start my work with my Plexus work, you know, to build my business, because building my business means that I am helping other people get healthier. And when they're healthier, they're happier. So I am helping other people the same way my daughter helped me when I started Plexus, because I didn't just join her the first time she talked to me. And this is my daughter. I wanted to help my daughter out any way I could. But I'm looking at this thinking, I don't have the time to start a business. I don't have the money to buy these products. You know, we're talking about $100 every month. I can't afford that. Now I'm saying I hadn't made the time for my business because my business is a priority. And as far as the affording the products, I buy my products with my Plexus Pay. I can't afford the products now. And it's, you know, if you, like I was saying before, when you break it down, it costs about $384 a day to run the full triplex. Well, I don't ever do anything half. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to really do it. So I have one of all of it. I take almost all of the products. And you can't take accelerator and boost together, so I don't. But I'll take one for a while, and then I'll swap to the other, and I'll take it for a while. You know, one's it speeds up your metabolism, the other suppresses your appetite. But they're both stimulants. Even though they're both natural, they're still stimulants. So you don't want to double up on stimulants, because you know, just who knows what might happen. And with the energy that I have, and this is something that I have people tell me all the time, you have so much energy. How old did you say you are? I'll be 52 next month. And I got tons of energy. It just amazes me. That's one of the first things that people ever notice and say to me is about my energy. That is a great cue right there to bring up Plexus products. And this is how I get my energy. I get my energy by taking a supplement that blocks and burns off sugars and carbs. And that action creates energy. I'm sorry, turn the ringer off. Anyway, you know, so that's my great cue, my lead into my Plexus products. And I just think that this is just an amazing opportunity as far as the business goes. I think that if your why is strong enough to drive you to get out of your bed and be anxious to go to work, then yes, you have a great why. If your why is not strong enough to give you what you need to do your 1 hour IPA every day, your why is not strong enough. And I know everybody's busy. Carol, I know you work full time, and I know you work some long hours and a lot of overtime. But like we talked about before, you like to do your reading part in the morning, and then you can fit the other stuff in. And I personally try to join all the power hours, because that is free coaching from our upline and our sidelines. And I don't ask a whole lot of questions in there, but buddy, when I do ask a question, I get some great help, some great coaching, and just being able to spend the time with our upline to build those relationships. You know, if you want to do well in life, you need to surround yourself with people who are doing well in life. You know, if you're a Christian, you need to surround yourself with Christian people. If you're in childcare, you're going to surround yourself with people who love children. You know, whatever you're doing, you're going to surround yourself with those people. So it's really a great thing to be building those relationships with our upline and our sideline, because we can draw inspiration from them. We can draw their experience. We can borrow their success and their experience until we have our own. So, joining things is very important, like the Monday night team call, which is the big team, Pink Power team. Those calls are just incredible. And the book club, Carol, you're reading the book and you're getting a lot out of it. You're really enjoying it. And yes. I really am too. We just had the last book club on this book. We're fixing to start a new book, and I'm excited. I'm fixing to order the book as soon as I get my next pay. And I'm excited to get dove into that one too, because all these books are just incredible. And they all help us not just build our business, but build ourselves. And they just help us feel better. They help us understand ourselves. And they're just so encouraging. And basically, if you're not doing these things, you're missing the boat. You're just missing out. I get so much out of the calls and the power hours and the book club, and I know that it takes time to join these things, power hours an hour. And not everybody has 3 hours a day to sit on a power hour. I do 3 different power hours on Monday plus Monday night call. So I'm pretty busy on Mondays. But by doing this, I'm getting so much out of it that I'm willing to make that time. And I know, Carol, you work full time and you can't make the time to make all these power hours. But if you can make one and then maybe make the Thursday night one, that would be great. Or y'all want to do a power hour within our team, I'm more than happy, individually, one-on-one, or as a group, however y'all want to do it. Let me know. I have an ambassador from another team. Well, she's from our team, but Fallon is her sponsor. And Fallon has thousands of ambassadors. Well, this girl and I become pretty good friends, since we've both been using Plexus. And she messaged me the other day, and she had this huge favor. She wanted to know if I would power hour with her once a week. Of course I'll power hour with you once a week. That's another hour in my week that I have accountability and somebody to work with. And for some reason, working alongside of someone is so much more fun and enjoyable than working here by myself. Because I can sit here all day sending out messages and pumping out my IPA and watching my training and everything. But when I'm here by myself, I don't feel like I'm getting the job done. When I'm in a power hour and I have that accountability, I really feel more like I've gotten more done. So basically, it's joining in and participating and, being here for the team meeting and just embracing the opportunity that's given to us and really running with it. Again, you don't have to sit at the computer all day, every day to be a successful Plexus. We have emeralds, rubies, and sapphires, and I'm sure there may be some diamonds out there who still work full-time jobs because they don't want to give up their jobs. Just because they're successful with Plexus, they don't want to give up their job. They love what they do. So to grow your business, you do have to devote some of your time, but you don't have to give up your whole life. You can always, just shuffle the Plexus into the nooks and crannies of your day. But anyway, I am going on an hour here. So, Carol, was there anything that you wanted to talk about? Anything you wanted to add?
Real quick, I wanted to say that you've always heard, if you fall off the horse, get back on.
Yes. I lost you.
And how much you do.
Okay, say that again, sweetie, because you just froze up in mid-sentence.
Sorry. Practice makes perfect.
There you go. Practice makes perfect.
Continue practicing. And then I want to say something to think about maybe for another time that we can discuss. Tax refund season.
Okay, you froze up again.
Great to people will have access to money at that time, so we may need to gear up for that.
And start.
Did you get that?
You broke up on the first part. You froze up there.
Sorry, tax season.
Tax season, yes, absolutely.
Right.
And there are a lot of people who join during tax season because they can afford it. You know, they have the cash
Right.
there on hand. So we definitely need to be setting ourselves up to do that. And now that you've mentioned that, we also, our Plexus Pay, might want to be putting a little bit in a side account to be covering taxes at the end of the year.
Very true.
But okay, so basically today we just covered about how we need to participate in things, and we need to be excited and eager about the opportunity that's offered to us. We need to embrace and grow with the training that's given to us, because they're constantly pouring into us with new training every day, and how we should just go out there and share Plexus.
Yep.
You notice that's how I end all my meetings. Let's just go share some Plexus, y'all. Want everybody to have the energy and be running around with pink drink in their hand and saying, thank you, God, thank you. You know, it's just amazing to me. And I'm just beside myself. I just cannot tell people about it enough. I know people get tired of hearing it, but I never get tired of talking about it. I never get tired of posting about it. And I'm getting ready to put out my 6-month testimony, so y'all keep your eyes open for that one. And
nice.
Thank you so much for joining me, and y'all have a great day.
You too, Cindy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.